Hello everyone, the Anime Dao here, with another video. This time we will be looking at sports series. I've got for you guys 5 of the best sports series ever. But first, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and ring the bell for notifications whenever new videos come up. First we have One Outs. One Outs is about baseball, and that is not in itself new. After all, there are many series about baseball, especially since the sport is hugely popular in Japan. However, One Outs add mind games and gambling to it. Tokuchi Toa, the main character, is a gambler pitcher that earns his due by defeating any batter that dares to challenge him. A professional baseball player known for his batting prowess looks down on the use of baseball to make dirty money, so he challenges Toa. His arrogance means he's taken by surprise and begins second-guessing himself after being unable to bat the ball. In part, this is because Toa is able to bring out doubts within people through his pitch control and his ability to know exactly how to surprise and confuse his opponents. Toa is eventually recruited to this player's professional baseball team. Toa sees this as a chance to earn money, so he negotiates a performance-based contract based on the number of outs he can achieve with the chairman of the team, whilst any run means he has to fall into debt. So Toa strives to take the team forward to the title just because he wants to make the most money possible, whilst at the same time destroying the chairman that does not care for the team and tries to make the team lose in any way possible to ruin Toa. It is an interesting change of pace to normal sports series because it has this gambling edge and it features a lot of cheating within the sport. It's super fun to see Toa against all odds win. Next we have Touch. Touch is also a baseball series, but it's the complete opposite of One Outs. It's a more romance-focused story with a high school setting. This is one of the most popular sports series manga ever in Japan, and its anime was a huge hit with audiences in Japan back in the 80s. Its first opening is still a classic that Japanese people still love to sing when they go to karaoke. Why did it reach this status? Well, it's an incredibly enjoyable story of twins. Kazuya is the ace of the baseball club, whilst the other, Tatsuya, spends his time fooling around. She wants him to try to play baseball again and she gets on his case until he decides to start doing sports again, not baseball though. I do not want to spoil, but this is an opening to a wonderful story about brothers' rivalry and romance. Its ability to deal with dramatic moments but still keep the overall more comedic and relaxed tone is what it excels at, and how it captivated audiences back when it first aired. Many works have tried to emulate it with similar brothers' rivalry stories, which only highlight the large influence this work has. Next we have Ping Pong the Animation, a more recent work but one that really stood out with its art style. This work was directed by Masaki Yusa, one of the best anime directors at the moment. For Ping Pong, he tried to replicate the manga's original art style, and it was a perfect adaptation in this sense. One reason for this was because Taiyu Matsumoto's art has quirks that make it unique and the story and the characters are attached to this style. It would feel peculiar for it to be taken out and put in another more polished style. This visual choice is important because the series is made around it. The music is used to match it, and the composition of the series to highlight it. And they are made to make every character distinct from each other, as they each have their own different ways of enjoying ping pong that match their personalities. This is a story that is driven by 2 friends, alongside a few others that form a great cast of sportmen. They all serve to show a different side to how people can view sports. This ability to portray sports through various lenses is why this series is one of the best sports series ever, since that is hardly ever explored in many sports manga. Sports are more than simply competition, and each individual can experience and feel what sports mean to them differently. Next we have Hajime no Ippo, a hit boxing series. Ippo works with his mom in their own fishery. His poor background and the smell of fish makes him the prime target of bullies. One day he's helped by Takamura, however, a boxer that trains at the local gym, and Ippo is drawn into trying boxing. He tries it and seeks to grow strong, but it's not really just so he can fight back against his bullies, but because he falls in love with it and wants to improve himself through it. Ippo is one of the biggest sports manga series ever, and a large part to this is because of the main character and the underdog feel he emanates. This comes out of his background and his humble nature, which makes him a rather lovable character, and seeing him succeeding alongside his friends and mentors is very enjoyable. Alongside this is the series' wacky comedy. Takamura and his mentors are all wacky characters, and with Ippo's naivety, he's always drawn by them into doing foolish things. So there's a lot to enjoy here, the comedy is great and the fights are really fun to watch or read. Next we have Slam Dunk. It is similar to Ippo, but the complete opposite. Sakamichi is a Yankee who is always picking fights and he always wins them, but what he does not win in is romance. His run of rejections lead him to a girl that he falls for. This girl happens to love basketball and she approached him because of his height to recruit him for the basketball club. Sakamichi, wanting to impress the girl, tries his hand at basketball, but he knows nothing about it and fails completely at anything besides overpowering his opponents. This story is about how Sakamichi, like Ippo, becomes better at the sport and grows, even though in Sakamichi's case the initial motivation was more for comedic effect. Slam Dunk is a classic work that has many fans everywhere. Sakamichi is a great character for comedy and he often is silly and stupid, but he trains seriously and gives it his all in matches, even if to begin with he's clumsy and easily angered. Anyway, Slam Dunk is a great comedy sports series with a very entertaining main character, which made it one of the best selling manga ever.